this is Grace and welcome to my channel and welcome to a new Let's Chat video. Before I go on with this video, I just want to say thank you to all of those that have watched and commented with my Let's Chat video in January. It was so fun to read all of your comments. Some were aligning with the same thoughts that I had, and then those that were actually doing those trends that I said I wasn't going to do, and they were kind enough to share with me what their thoughts are on those trends. So thank you so much. I love this community, and I love how even though scrapbooking is kind of, it's an art form, right? It's very subjective, but we are kind to each other. Like we can do our own thing and yet embrace how other people are doing it. So thank you again. Okay, so for this Let's Chat video, a little bit of history about this. I am also a consumer of YouTube videos. I love to watch YouTube videos. I actually don't watch TV anymore. I watch all the things that I want to watch, I watch it on YouTube. Anyways, there was this one video, actually a couple of videos that I was watching regarding grocery shopping and like making meals. That was something that was interesting to me, especially with the inflation that's going on. And so there was this one video about this person mentioned like 100 things that she's not buying in 2023, and these 100 things very much related to food items or like household items. And it just made me think about, well, what are some of the things that I probably shouldn't be buying in 2023 when it comes to my paper crafting. So I came up with 5 things, and let me know in the description or in the comment section below if you feel the same way, or if you have other things that you feel like there's no reason for me to be buying those things. Okay, so let's just get started. And I have a list here, so I'm going to go look down on my piece of paper just so I can keep myself in pace. The first thing that I am not going to be buying in 2023 are organizational items. That means containers, bins, things that will help me to get organized in my scrapbook room. And the reason being that I'm not buying that is because during winter break, so that's the I speak that way because I am in the education world, so my calendar is that way. But during that Christmas, New Year's break that we get, I went through my stash and got a lot of really neat organizational supplies at the thrift store. And so I went and did some rearranging of my scrapbook space. And so for me, I feel like right now I'm good, I'm settled, things are working fine. And if I ever have the inkling of reorganizing this year, I am just going to use what I have, because I actually ended up sending some of my bins and my baskets to Goodwill because of the rearranging that I did. So I feel like I am settled. I don't need any more containers. Another thing that I've learned from another video that I watched in YouTube is that when we buy containers, there's just this subconscious need that we have to fill it. And so if we don't have the containers, there's no need, there's no subconscious need to fill it. So I feel like that's where I am at my paper crafting, is I don't need any more containers, because then I'm going to need to fill it. The next thing that I'm not going to be buying this year is embroidery floss. And like I said in my previous video about the trends that I'm not doing, is I'm not doing any hand stitching. That's not to say that, there might be a time in this year that I would want to, but I already have a lot of floss, embroidery floss, DMC flosses in my stash. I also cross stitch, and there was also one point where my daughter did a lot of friendship bracelets, so I feel like we are good in that part. If I ever want to, eat my words and do hand stitching, I have the floss here, so I don't need to buy that. The third thing that I am not buying in 2023 are stencils. Now, I watch a lot of reels on Instagram, and a lot of them are paper crafting, and I'm seeing a lot of this trends of these layered stencils where you can create beautiful backgrounds with the different levels or different stencils, and when you're combining them, they create these beautiful backgrounds with different colors and designs and everything. I love it, but and I've thought about this, that maybe I should get one, you know, just to try it, just to see how it looks. But really, honestly, I don't even use the stencils that I have. So I cannot justify myself going and buying some more of those stencils, especially the newer ones with the different layers. So I'm not going to be buying stencils this year. Another thing that I'm not going to be buying are dies. Now this one I've kind of thought about it and kind of held off. I'm like, no, really, there's some really cool dies there. But at the end of the day, I realized that I have an electronic die cut machine that can cut anything that I want, right? Maybe not to that extreme anything, but we all know that if we have an electronic die cut machine, the possibilities are endless. So I'm just thinking that I will stick with the dies that I have. I'm talking about the wafer thin dies, nesting dies, those kinds of things that you run through a manual die cut machine. I'm not going to be buying any of those this year because I have already my existing dies that I really love, but then also I have my electronic die cut machine, which is a Silhouette. So I feel like with that, I am good to go with whatever die cutting needs that I will have this year. And then the last one that I put on my list is that I will not be buying any chipboard. I say this because there's a couple of videos that I watched that, you know, uses chipboard. And also during my process of reorganization, I opened up a plastic bin, and in that bin are just full of chipboards that I've totally forgotten that I have that I don't even use. So there's really no need for me to buy anything to, you know, bring in any new chipboard in my stash because I already have some. And if I do need some chipboard, I should use the ones that I have already. Plus, also, if you remember, in my trends that I'm not doing is I'm trying, that's the key word here, trying. I'm trying not to have too much bulk in my layouts so that when I put them in my albums, they don't, you know, crinkle and bow and be all weird that way. So I'm trying not to have too much bulk in my layouts, and I feel like chipboard is just going to add bulk to that. That's not to say that I don't like it and I don't have like thicker letters that are chipboard. I think that would still be a possibility, and I could still incorporate that in the layouts that I'm going to be making this year, but just not going to be bringing in any new chipboard into my stash because I already have some. Okay, so those are the 5 things that I will not be buying in 2023. But there are 2 items that I will be buying for sure in 2023. And these are given. I feel like every scrapbooker gets this all the time. And it's because it's the 2, maybe not just the 2, but one or the 2 things that is most likely in our list. And if you're more prolific scrapbooker than I am, then you'll probably be buying this more than once during the year. The first thing that I'm going to be buying is my ATG gun refill. I love my ATG gun. I've used all sorts of different paper crafting adhesives before, but ATG just seems to be the easiest for me because, you know, you roll it and you can make it as long or as short as you want, and then there's no like need to, like, you know, stick the adhesive and then peel off the backing. Like that part is taken away when I have the ATG gun. And I do buy my refills from Tape Jungle. This is not sponsored by anyone. I don't know how to do all those sponsoring things that other people does. So this is not sponsored, but I'm just telling you that that's where I get it because it's the cheapest place that I've found to get it. And I usually get the half a case, which is 12 rolls in a box, and it's about $55 including shipping here in America. So that is my favorite thing. And if you could believe this, the last time I bought ATG gun refill was in 2021, late 2021. So you can see that it has lasted me over a year, and so I'm looking forward to getting that refill. Again, if you're more prolific than I am, I probably average about maybe 5 to 7 layouts a month if I'm, you know, if I have the inspiration and if I if my schedule is right on point, I do that. But I know some people, they average like 20 layouts a month. So you'll probably be needing your adhesive refills more than I do. But I feel like if I make that one purchase this year, I think I'll be good for the rest of the year. And then the other thing that I will definitely be buying this year are sheet protectors for my 12 by 12 layouts. If you have been a follower of me here on YouTube, you know that that's my jam. I do make 8.5 by 11 layouts once in a while, but for the most part, I do 12 by 12. And then I organize my pages at the end of the year, and so I've run out of sheet protectors, so I'm definitely going to be buying that. I am considering buying it at Amazon, but if you have a place where you buy bulk sheet protectors, and I'm talking about just the 12 by 12, I'm not talking about the pocket pages for the different sizes. I don't do that anymore. I tried to do that with a baby album, and it's just not my jam. But if you have a place, your go-to place for bulk 12 by 12 sheet protectors, where you buy them, if it's online, even better. Let me know in the comment section below where you get yours. So those are the 5 things that I will not be buying in 2023, and the 2 things that I will definitely be stocking up in 2023. Now I want to know what is on your list. Leave that in the comment section below. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for being a part of my little community here on YouTube, and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye now.